Good day, learners! Welcome to the new episode of Math Corner. Now, for today's video, I'm gonna teach you another commonly encountered problems in mathematics, which is about work problem. When we talk about work problem, ang una ko talagang naisip are these things. First, we have the inversely proportional and the other one is directly proportional. So what is the difference between the two? When we say inversely proportional, when one quantity increases, the other one decreases. They have opposite direction. So when one goes up, the one goes down. On the other hand, if we talk about directly proportional, they have the same direction. If one goes up, the other goes up. If one increases, the other one also increases. So that is directly proportional. So that two things that I mentioned earlier, I am going to give you an example for that later for this video. So I'm gonna give you one example for inversely proportional and the other example for directly proportional. Let's take a look with this example. A pump can pump out water from a tank in 11 hours. Another pump can pump out water from a tank in 20 hours. How long will it take both pumps to pump out water in the tank? Now, the very first thing to do in answering this problem is to analyze first whether this problem falls on inversely proportional or it is directly proportional. So we have to identify first the given. And since according to the problem, there are two pumps given, one pump or the first pump can pump water in the tank in 11 hours, and the second pump can pump out water in the tank in 20 hours. Now, if you're just going to think about that one, if both of them will work together in pumping the water out from the tank, what do you think of the hours that they will spend in pumping out the water? Will it be lesser than the individual hours that they have or greater than the individual hours that they have? Now, obviously, as they said, 2 is better than 1, right? If there are many persons working a certain work, then the work will become easier because there are many hands that will help in working a certain work, right? For example, you are cleaning your room. Alone, you can clean your room in 2 hours. But if you're going to call a friend to help you in cleaning your room, so, mas mapapabilis yung trabaho if dalawa or tatlo or mas marami ang magtatrabaho in a certain work, right? So, since our problem falls on inversely proportional, now we are going to formulate now the equation that we can use in solving this problem. So, the equation now will be, we have here 1. This is the first pump that will work in pumping the water for 11 hours. And then we are going to add another pump because the two pumps will work together in pumping out the water out from the tank. So we have here another pump can pump out the waters in 20 hours. That is the second pump. And then what are we going to do is to get the total number of hours if both of the pumps will work together. So here that is the same pump. So this will be now the equation that we will be using in solving this problem. So we have here 1 over 11 plus 1 over 20 is equal to 1 over x. We have here our x, which represents the unknown or the number of hours that the two pumps spent in pumping out the water from the tank. Let us use now this equation to solve for the unknown x, which represents the time that both of the pumps spent in pumping the water out from the tank. So what are we going to do is to add first the two fractions given. So we are going to get first the LCM of 11 and 20. So the LCM of 11 and 20 is 220. So we are going to have 1 over 11 times, which will be multiplied by 20 over 20 because the LCM is 220 plus 1 over 20 times 11 over 11, which is equal to 1 over x. And then simplify. So we have here 1 times 20, that is 20 over 220 plus 11 over 220 is equal to 1 over x. Okay, and then combine the two fractions. 20 plus 11, that is 31 over 220, is equal to 1 over x. And then since we are solving for x, we are going to apply cross multiplication. So we can cross multiply this. So this is equal to x times 31, that is 31x, is equal to 220. And then divide both sides by 31. Therefore, our x is equal to 7 and 1/10 hours. Or we can round off, we can approximate this one to the nearest whole number. Therefore, this will be equal to x is equal to 7 hours. Therefore, if both of the pumps will work together in pumping the water out from the tank, they will spend only 7 hours in working and pumping out the water. So it is lesser than the individual time that they have if they will individually pump the water out from the tank. Now, how does it make to be inversely proportional? Now, if you are going to look at our simple illustration, one pump can pump out water in 11 hours. And if we are going to add another pump, there are already 2 pumps here, the number of hours will decrease. It will become 7 hours. So if you're going to look at the illustration, if the number of pump increases, the number of hours that they will spend in pumping the water out from the tank will decrease, right? So if one pump will be added by another pump, the number of hours from 11 hours, it will decrease to 7 hours only because there are already 2 pumps that will work together. So that is the concept of inversely proportional.